Oh, finding your comfort spot on the mat. And this morning, as you take a seat, since you do have a blanket available, if you want to sit on the blanket, go right ahead. And as we get settled, before I share our February, starting off with some February poetry and prose, let's do just a little bit of movement. A few weeks ago, I introduced the mountain breath. So I've been feeling that a little more lately. It helps to start to warm my body, and with the winter weather, helping to ground activity in the mind. So if you'd like to join me here, releasing your arms by your side, we're going to do 5 rounds here. In mountain breath, we start by inhaling, reaching the arms up. The palms will find each other. Exhale, hands down, long exhale, palms press down through the thighs, the whole length of the breath. And now inhale, turn your palms up, resting them on your legs. Exhale here. So we'll do 4 more of those. Inhaling, reach up, maybe even lifting your gaze. Exhale, long breath out. Hands come to the upper thighs as you press and ground that mountain down. Inhaling, soften down your back as you turn palms up. Exhaling, just be. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe even tuck that chin in and look down as you exhale. And then neutral head, neutral spine as you inhale, palms up. Exhale here. 2 more for you. Flow with the pace of your breath. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. This last one, I'll stay silent. Just let the body take you through the motions. And now as you sit here, perhaps abiding, feeling a little more grounded, centered, awake with more focus to this time that you have here. This time on your mat, your yoga. This time on the mat where all the parts of your experience just get to come into this melting pot of wholeness. The wholeness is always there for us to experience. We often do the different things, see the different parts. A few more breaths here, just letting the wholeness of this experience be held in that vastness. And this play of parts and whole speaks to the poem or passage I'm going to be sharing this morning. So this month of February, I'll be sharing from the book called the Radiance Sutras, and it's a translation of in the yoga lineage, sutras called the Vijana Bhairava. Vijnana just really translates as our own intuition, that intuitive voice, the knowing with a capital K. And then Bhairava is a term that's used that kind of unites the feminine and the masculine, right? The sun and the moon. So it's awakening these sutras, awakening the intuition, the knowing of all the parts that make us whole. Today's passage, verse 5. What is this power we call life, appearing as the play of flesh and breath? How may I know this mystery and enter it more deeply? My attention is enthralled by a myriad of forms, innumerable individual entities everywhere, flashing into existence and fading away again. Lead me into the wholeness beyond all these parts. Perhaps one part of that passage is speaking to you this morning. Or maybe there was a word or phrase. Taking that with you as we journey through our postures, our flows, the shapes, seeing how the different shapes create a wholeness of experience for you today. From your seated position, slide your hands back to the floor behind your hips. Lean back, stretch out your legs if not already. Giving your legs a little wiggle. We'll do a quick multitasking from all the joint freeing series we did last month. So from the wiggling of the legs, maybe do some twirling out of the ankles. Wiggling out of the toes. And we'll do some stick shift here, where one foot pushes away as the other foot draws back towards you, and then switch that out. Call it stick shift, right? One's on the gas, one's on the clutch. It is a few back and forth for you here, alternating side to side. So we'll be doing some asymmetrical practices today and this month. Through asymmetry, we find that harmony of balance, right? The right, the left, right? To create the whole. After the point and flex there, drawing your feet in to bend your knees. Feet can be comfortably wide. We'll do some windshield wipers, inviting the legs to flow one way and then the other. Not too worried if the knees touch the floor. Just inviting this to feel good around the upper thighs and hips, waking up movement and energy there. Maybe even drawing this movement to the head and neck. So when knees go one way, you look the other way. And if you want to slow it down and take that little pause to one side, right ahead. Okay. And now finding a neutral pause. Walking those feet so that they almost touch. We'll turn the soles of the feet together, release the hands behind you, adjust your seat into a comfortably kind of a wide, feet far away from the hips, butterfly leg position. Reaching those arms out in front of you and gentle curl in of the fingers. Let's twirl the wrists. We're about to head to table pose. So just a little movement here for the wrists, twirling that the other way. Right. And now relaxing through those wrists, palms will be facing down, and as if you're flicking water off of your hands, just do a few flicks. So curl the fingers in and then flick out the hands. Nice. And then relaxing the flicking, take those arms all the way up to the sky, and then now just shake it out all the way out and down. And then maybe all the way back up. And then once more, all the way back down to the ground. Great. And then as the hands come down to the ground, let that rest. Arms feel a little heavy, but they're vibrating. I feel my arms tingling now from that up to the shoulders. Let's take this to table pose. So scooping up those legs, adjusting your way to table. You can always have that blanket under your knees to make table just right for you this morning. And now as you place the hands and knees to the earth, taking your hands just slightly forward from wrists under the shoulders, just a little slide forward of those hands, giving you more structural stability around the shoulder and the shoulder girdle here. Keeping your left knee, left shin down, extend your right leg back, lifting it about parallel to the floor. Watching here around the whole trunk of the body, if lifting the leg created a sway in the back, or maybe a quality of rounding through the spine. See what you need to do here to find a neutral length from tailbone through the lower ribs to the top of the head. And now with the leg lifted, 2 more breaths. I'm sure gravity is coming in now. You start to feel the effects of keeping that leg lifted. So something so simple, we're just holding here. It's creating warmth and heat. But now let's move with that. Exhale, draw your right knee in towards your nose as you curve your spine like cat. And inhale, extend the leg back, lengthen through your spine, slight gaze forward. We did this as well in the joint freeing series. So we'll take about 6 here. I can't let that practice go all the way this month, right? You gotta keep sneaking it in. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend. About 3 more. And now on that last one, keeping your right leg lifted, swinging your right leg over to the left, and now let your right toes come down to the ground. So we've crossed it over. It's probably off of your mat on the left side. Reset your hands if needed. Now curve your spine to the left, peek around your left arm. Maybe you'll see that right foot over there. And through this action, as you're curving to the left, notice how the right side might be talking to you. Opening up that right side. And now curve your spine back through neutral. Bringing your right knee back around, pausing in table. And if you want to get off your hands for a moment, you can either go into a child's, wiggle out your hands, or walk yourself up to a kneeling. Maybe shake out the hands and wrists. And we get to do all that on the other side for the left leg. So when you're ready, reset your table pose. Again, wrists are just slightly forward of the shoulders instead of wrists directly underneath the shoulders. That does help reduce some of the pressure coming down through the wrists as you ground, heel the hand into the fingers. And again, it creates a better structural support for the shoulder girdle. So right knee, right shin will stay down. Left leg's going to come up. We're just here for a bit. Not doing much, just holding that leg up against gravity. You might notice skin and muscle of the left leg hugs to the bone to maintain the lifted leg. Notice length through the spine without over curving the back or rounding the spine. What do you need to do to find length? Tailbone, around the lower ribs, through the neck and head. Noticing all the little parts. Noticing the energy warming up around that left leg just by holding it up against gravity. And now let's move with it. On an exhale, knee towards the nose, round your spine. Inhale, extend, maybe slight gaze forward. Exhaling round. Inhale, extend. 4 more here. About 2 more. And last one. Extending that left leg back. Now crossing it over to your right, dropping the toes down. Curve your spine to the right. Look over your right arm and maybe see that left foot over there. Finding a smooth rhythm of your breath. Noticing sensation as now the left side of the body is getting more opening. Right side a little hug. And then coming out of that, uncurve your spine, bringing your left leg around again, back to table, choosing a child's pose or a high kneeling to release out of the arms and shoulders for a moment. Shaking that out. Great. And if you're in child's pose or kneeling, come back to your table pose. Resetting your table here. Again, walking those hands just slightly forward, tucking your toes under. Let's get ready for down dog to release the knees. Lifting through those hips as you press down into the earth. Keeping the knees gently bent here. Really push from the shoulders down through the arms to the hands. You might notice your tricep muscles, and those are the muscles on the outside of the arm compared to the biceps, your Popeye muscles. You might notice the triceps working a little bit more here as they hug to the bone and really stabilize the upper body. Now with knees bent, if you'd like, take one heel down and then the other. Just pedaling out, right foot, left foot. And as you do so, keep pressing down through those hands, keep hips high. And now finding some neutral in your down dog. Just 2 more breaths here for you. Pressing those thighs back. Deciding how you'd like to get to forward fold. Feet to hands, hands to feet, or a little bit of both. Finding your fold here. Taking a release for the hands and the wrists. Gentle curl of your hands and just twirl out your wrists here. Elbows will bend. Knees can be soft. Twirl the wrists the other way. And then relaxing the hands, the wrists. Maybe the fingertips touch to the floor. Connecting to your breath. Halfway fold. On an inhale, hands can go to the shins, maybe the thighs, coming up halfway. Release that. Exhale back to your fold. 2 more here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhaling, fold. Last one. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale back to your fold. Rooting into your feet. Bend your knees just a little bit more. Bring your elbows up onto your thighs. And as you set your elbows onto your thighs, your hips move back a little bit more, but your heart slides forward. It's as if you're doing table pose through the trunk of the body. So finding the length, noticing if there's that quality of too much rounding here or really dropping the belly onto the thighs, and find a happy neutral. How about 3, 2, 1. Rooting your feet down. On an inhale, lift yourself tall. Arms will circle up to the sky. And palms come together. Exhale, hands to your heart. Finding a pause. I'm going to turn towards you. All right, and releasing out to mountain. So in mountain pose, setting your feet about hip width apart. Right, and taking your shoulders up, back, and around for some shoulder circles. So backward shoulder circles. And as we focus on these backward circles, just noticing the quality of how it feels, the shoulder blades, and wrapping around and in. And then one more time that direction. And now go the other way. So now you'll be circling the shoulders forward. And how that creates a different quality of experience. Shoulder blades kind of fan out and away. Shoulders might hug up towards the ears a little bit more. How about 2 more times around. And then find neutral. So you might need to shimmy those shoulders back a little bit to find neutral again. Lengthen up through your neck like a giraffe getting taller. Resting hands to your hips, shifting weight into your right leg, right foot. Pick up the left foot just a little bit, bending the knee. And then twirling out your ankle once again, as we did on the floor. Circling that the other way. Nice. And then relaxing the foot into a kind of a neutral flex. Bring your leg up a little bit higher and then start to circle back behind you, down and around. So some hip circles here. Noticing if you go too big, if that throws you off balance, creating a circle that still sustains some stability. All right, and then circle that the other way. So about 5 each way. Nice. One way might feel more comfortable, or it's just different than the other direction. After 5, bring the leg back around, lift your thigh just a little bit more, stand tall. And now releasing that left foot down. Take a moment, maybe shimmy out side to side. And we'll shift for the other. So adding the element of balance as we multitask, as we continue to wake up ankle and hip. So lifting your right foot a little bit, hands can rest on your hips, or if you feel more balance, arms out to the side. Right, and twirling the other way. Nice. And now lifting the thigh a little bit more as the ankle rests in more of a neutral flex, bringing the thigh up, back, and around. And taking about, ooh, this is my bounce. 5 one way. And finding a pause. And now we'll go back with the thigh, around and forward. Right. And on this side, this way just feels a little different for me. Ooh, I check my balance. After 5, coming around to your neutral, lift that leg a little bit more. And setting the right foot down. And taking a moment again, side to side, shifting that out. So I'm in the middle of the mat. I'm going to head to the top of my mat. We're going to do a quick series of sun salutations with lunges. Have your strap nearby. We'll integrate that in a little bit. All right. So now from the balancing, as you make your way to the top of your mat this morning, resting the arms down by your side. Feeling the weight press down hips to feet. Activating energy in your legs, building that up, tall mountain as you, well, not with the arms, but a tallness in your mountain through the top of your head. Shoulder blades, there's a little bit of that backward roll to set the shoulder blades on your back. Finding the rhythm of your breath here. And now with a flow, inhale, reach the arms high to your tall mountain. Exhale, swan dive forward over your legs, hinging hips, little bend to your knees. Halfway lift, inhaling. And exhale, forward fold. Soften the knees enough so you can step your left foot back, finding a lunge here. Perhaps walking your hands on either side of that right foot. I like to be up on my fingertips. I get a little more space in my lunge. Sometimes when I'm palms down, I collapse too much in my thigh. So you might like that too. Placing fingertips on the earth and then actively draw energy up the arms. Again, you might feel your tricep muscles work a little bit more to create that length, tallness, and stability. Right. One more breath here with leg lifted. And now left knee is going to rest down to the earth. Bring the hands up to your hips as you lift the torso up. Arms by your side. Inhaling, reach the arms up. Pausing here, lift a little bit higher as if you needed to lift something heavy up to your ceiling. And you needed to hold it there for a bit because someone's like, hold that for a moment, I gotta grab the screwdriver. And there you are, holding it. Noticing the effort of the body to maintain that shape. Compared to if you're just holding some feathers, right? It's a little bit of weight, reaching up through the back body. And now letting that be, exhale, release your hands, swoop those hands behind you, interlacing, and reaching back. Releasing the hands, shaking that out, hands to the earth. Lifting your left knee, plant your hands, slip that right foot back, finding your plank pose. Walk the feet back far enough so you feel long through your plank. Let's go 3, 2, 1. Knees down, torso down, all the way down, tops of the feet. Inhale, lifting up through your cobra. Exhale, release. Tucking your toes under, lift through table pose, downward facing dog pose. And adjusting your feet, adjusting your hands, all the little parts to help the whole of your down dog feel comfortable, strong, easy. You can still breathe, releasing tension even as you create tension to hold the pose. One more breath. Now to switch sides in the lunge, let's go down to table pose. So lower both knees down and then taking your left foot forward from table. Reset your hands on either side of that left foot, tucking your right toes under, lift the right knee. We'll be here for a couple breaths. Adjust the hands. Again, up on the fingertips or maybe just palms down. Pressing into that left foot, left knee bent, reaching into that right heel. Lengthen through your spine. 2 more breaths. And now releasing right knee down as you bring your hands up to your hips. Right. And again, taking those arms up. Right. And taking it up as if you didn't have to hold anything. And then what changes do you make in your body when someone says, here, hold that to the ceiling? You get a little taller. Waist might get a little longer. See if you can keep the lower ribs still neutral without puffing them out. One more breath here, holding that up. And now a gentle release of the arms down. Hands will find each other behind you as you lengthen back through the arms. And releasing arms, shaking that out. Hands to the earth. Lifting right knee, right foot steps to the top of your mat. Exhaling, forward fold. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhaling, forward fold. Bend your knees, elbows onto your thighs, back to that variation of a squat. Extra breath here. On your next inhale, root the feet. Inhale, rise high. Arms by your side, exhale. Great. Taking a moment, settle back into your mountain. We're going to do that again. This time we'll integrate the strap. So on an inhale, reaching those arms high, tall mountain. Exhaling, swan dive over your legs, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhaling, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees enough to bring the fingertips down. Right foot's going to step back this time. And now lower the right knee down. Find your strap, bring the strap up with you. Right. I'm going to turn slightly with the strap. So this time, taking your strap or scarf, folding it about in half so that it's not so long. And now bringing it out in front of you. And sliding hands shoulder width or maybe even slightly wider. Right. Now pulling that taut, reach it up. And now as if the strap were the heavy thing you needed to keep up on the ceiling, reach that strap up to the sky. Nice. And now as you're reaching up to the sky, feel your shoulder blades as if you wanted to do just the very slightest backward roll of the shoulders, but let that movement keep you lifting up into a gentle, gentle arc back. And with an exhale, come back through neutral. Pause for an inhale. Exhale, arms all the way down. Resting the strap on your thigh. Just take a moment, rest your arms by your side. Let the energy integrate around your shoulders. Wonderful. And now strap onto the floor, hands down to the earth.
Right knee will lift so you can step back to your plank pose. And getting long in your plank. Feeling strong from shoulders, arms to hands, long through the legs to the heels. And letting that be, letting it go, knees down, torso all the way down. Untucking your toes here. And your strap nearby, finding your strap, and bringing that strap back in front of you. And holding the strap, you can start with elbows bent, holding the strap, and so you'll be about shoulder width apart, maybe wider, and reaching those arms out long. Now, as you start to take your locust pose, your back bend here, lift your heart up, look towards your strap. Let the arms float up as you pull the strap apart. You might even like to bring your legs up with the action, reaching out, hands and feet move away from each other. Keeping it long through the spine. And let it be, let it go, let it rest. Resting the strap, maybe slide it back towards the side of your mat. Hands slide underneath your shoulders, tucking your toes. Push through your table. Downward facing dog, lifting through the knees and hips. Feeling those opposing actions from that locust pose now to the down dog, the trunk of the body having a new quality of experience. Maybe walk your legs out here before we switch to lunge. And now from your down dog, we'll move from table pose to lunge. So lowering down through your knees, bringing your right foot forward. And we'll just keep the knee down here so we can rise up. And bringing your strap with you. All right. So once again, strap is folded in half, hands about shoulder width or wider. The wider your hands, so if you're feeling really tight in your shoulders, the wider their hands, the more ease into bringing those arms up and overhead. So now bringing arms up. Nice. And again, as if the strap were the heavy thing you needed to lift, reach it up to the sky. Getting long through the waist, tall through the spine, tailbone, crown of the head, reaching away like North Pole and South Pole. One more breath here. And then adding that little back bend if you like, a gentle curl in of the shoulder blades as you keep reaching that strap up, taking care with the slow movement. And then with an exhale, releasing back to neutral. Stay for an inhale. And now releasing. Strap can rest on your thighs as you rest the arms, even rest the hands and fingers if you were holding that strap tightly. All right, strap off to the side, hands back to the earth. Lifting your left knee, left foot steps up to meet the right. Exhale, forward fold. Your inhale, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Bending your knees, elbows onto your thighs. Stay for an extra breath. Inhale, spine long. Exhale, feel those lower ribs come in a little bit. And now inhale, tall mountain. Arms by your side, exhale. Great. Taking a pause, shifting if needed. And now from your mountain pose, let's find star pose. So just stepping wide on your mat. Great. And now as you find star, we'll be moving into warrior 2 and side angle pose. And we'll do each both sides, and then we'll repeat and do them again with a different variation for the upper body with our straps. So starting with right leg turning out, right toes facing out to the side. Your left foot, you might like to keep left toes facing forward, or sometimes turning that heel out, toes in a little bit feels better up through the legs and hips. But give that a little play, how you'd like to place that back foot. Now, before we bend the knees, press down, hips to feet, and then feet back to hips up through the trunk, get taller. Now bend into that right knee. Feel a gentle press back of your left thigh as you broaden out into the right knee. Arms can reach out to your warrior 2, turning the gaze out over your right hand. Lots of different parts taking shape. Right knees bent, left legs back and straight. Turning the head to one side as you reach arms away from each other. Now, as you look to your right, your left hand's back behind you. You can't see it, but invite the left hand to your left hip. It's like that proprioception. It knows where to go. Left hand finds your hip. Now, bending your right elbow, look down to the right as you set your right arm onto your right thigh for a side angle variation. Turning your right palm up, fingers are relaxed. Almost the quality of mountain breath we did at the start, where we turn palms up after pressing the thighs. Soft quality in that right palm. Press your left foot down, get longer through your spine. And now maybe just a little more rotation, turning belly, heart, maybe now turning your gaze to look up to your left. Variation to keep hand on your left hip, or maybe taking that left arm, left hand just right up to the sky. One more breath. If your left hand is up to the sky, placing it back on your left hip, using your legs, push down through your feet, coming back up, right hand to your hip, straightening that right leg. Easy does it as you rotate the right leg to neutral. Pause in this neutral, both legs doing the same thing for a moment. And we'll set up for the other side. So now adjusting your feet, adjusting your legs so you can turn your left leg, left toes facing out to your side, choosing if you want right foot, toes forward, or toes in a little bit. Nice. Letting the pelvis have some play here so it's not stuck as you shift around. Press down, hips to feet, and then nourish back up, get tall, feet all the way up to the top of head. Bending into that left knee now. Right thigh gently presses back as you create some broadness out open into the left leg. Arms to your warrior two. And now turning your gaze, looking over that left hand. And maybe choosing one, even though you're looking out over that left hand, maybe there's a quality of sensation for this pose you want to settle into. And now as you're looking to the left, you know the right hand is back there. Right hand finds your right hip. And now you shift your gaze down to your left as you lean over that left thigh to place your left arm down. And now the forearm's on the thigh, and you can turn your left hand up in a softness, as if someone placed something precious in your left hand and you didn't want to hold it to crack it. Right. Keeping the left fingers relaxed. Right hand can stay on your hip. Press into your right foot. Lengthen the spine some more. Perhaps turning belly and heart to the right. Easing the neck, looking to the right. Reaching up with the hand if you'd like. Right hand straight up or keep it on your right hip. And now if your right hand is up, let's take the hand back to your hip. Use your legs here instead of wanting to use that left arm into the thigh. Use your legs, left arms really relaxed and come up and out of your pose. Both hands on your hips, turning legs to neutral. Nice. And for a moment before we go back in, heel toe walk or shift side to side, march it out, bring the legs back in towards mountain and finding your strap. Grabbing your strap there. Okay. So now we'll play with the strap in these two postures. Having the strap, again, folded in half. And for now, you can just place it around your neck, like you're about to tie a tie. And widening your feet once more. Coming back to warrior two on the right side, turning the leg, turning the foot, choosing a position for your left foot. Bending into your right knee, taking the strap. Nice. Now with the strap, we're going to be placing that behind the back. And allowing your hands to be as wide as your hips. It's almost like they find a resting place into the outer hips, about shoulder width. Warrior two here, feel as if you could pull the strap apart and notice how that energy engages your shoulder blades, broadens your collarbones. Maybe here, if it feels good, turning your gaze. Nice. Now let's get ready for a variation of side angle holding the strap. So now as you're looking to the right, start to turn your torso just a little bit to the right. Keep pushing into that left foot. Now, as if you want to lead your heart out over kind of this front, what would it be? Your left corner of the mat. Start to lead your heart there, keep your neck neutral, and invite this pull and lift of the strap. So it's almost moving towards side angle, leaning forward. We call this a humble warrior. If you feel like your lower ribs are popping to the floor, just knit them in just a little bit. One more breath. Now using your legs, push down, thighs to feet, lift yourself back up. Coming up through neutral as you straighten the right leg, turning it around, feet can stay wide, strap in front. Hands about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit wider. Before we go to the left, reach your arms up. Nice. And now place that heavy strap to the sky. Get longer, taller into this expanded star. And out in front of you, bringing the arms down. And we'll take that to the other side. So you're rotating your legs, setting yourself up, and all the little parts to make this pose feel whole. Right. Bending into your left knee, left leg steady behind you. Strap now or scarf can release behind you. Hands are about as wide as your hips. Right. Pausing here for warrior two. Feel this pull of the strap, and as you pull the strap wide, it sends a action, right, across the collarbones, into the shoulder blades. Turn your gaze if you want. And now to add the humble warrior, keep pushing into your right foot as you turn. Right hip's going to come around a bit. You're going to angle the heart more towards that front right corner of your mat. And now lean the heart forward. And as you lean forward, think of your table pose here. Tailbone, crown the head, reach away from you instead of moving into a back bend shape. Hands reach back behind you. 2 more breaths. I'm shaking a little bit. You might too. All the different muscles are working here. Push down, thighs to feet. Lift yourself up. Releasing the arms, releasing the knee. Turn your legs around. Release your hands in front. All right, one more time, lifting up through the arms, expanded star. Hands shoulder width or a little bit wider. Arms reach up. And again, as if you were holding that strap to the sky, get taller, pull the strap apart as you reach it up. Nice. And now arms down by your side. Great. You can release your strap here. Feet about parallel to each other. How about a fold? Bending from your hips, forward fold here. Perhaps your fingertips come to the ground as you make your way forward. I like to take a pause halfway. Sometimes I need to adjust the width of my feet, resettle into the legs, and then revisit the fold, taking it into a comfortable hinge here. Inviting the head to release. If that feels good this morning, chin in a little bit more. In your fold, as you're pressing down thighs to feet, see if there's any quality of sensation with that traction in your spine. Waist growing longer, head bit by bit heavier to the floor. With care, easing your way out, coming halfway up.
As you come halfway up, keeping a gaze down at the floor, that helps the brain calibrate after the head being so low. With fingertips here, let's take the feet in a little bit more. So walking heel toe until your feet are about hip width apart. Right. Walking your hands closer to your feet, bend your knees, elbows onto your thighs, coming back into that chair pose variation. And now from here, tall mountain, reach it all the way up. Arms by your side. Take a pause in mountain. You've been in mountain a few times throughout this practice. Sometimes it goes unnoticed. It's like the house you always pass on your trip to the grocery store, and it's always there. Sometimes you notice it, sometimes you don't. But take a moment in this mountain just to feel all the different parts, the feet grounding to the floor supporting the feet, the legs holding you up against gravity, front side, back side, side to side. The spine finding neutral, shoulders resting, neck tall. One more breath here. Wonderful. From your mountain pose, finding your blanket, we're going to be taking a seat. So if you want to sit on your blanket, you can fold that up, either just a little fold, or if you like to have a little extra boost, you could fold it so it's more like a little cushion. So making your way to seated, from mountain, coming back to the floor. Stretching your legs out, taking staff pose here. And now from staff pose, broadening your feet. Just comfortably wide here. If you're sitting up on a blanket, you may need to adjust it so it's supporting you, but not interfering with the shape of your pose. Now with legs open here, inviting your left heel, left toes are going to turn out, left heel is going to come in, right? And that might mean, further out, tucked in comfortably. Nice. So a half wide-legged fold. On your left side, turning your heart, turning your belly, if you're moving into a twist, to look out over your right foot. And this might be enough, just turning the torso in this twist rotation, right? Whether you're feeling that through the back muscles of the body, or I know for me, as I turn this way, I'm feeling my inner thigh on the opposite leg light up, right? So finding that for you. You can stay high here. Maybe this is just a great place to be as you settle. Or you can ease your way forward, taking a fold, moving slow, because as you shift the shape, new experiences are awakened with sensation, muscles changing shape, different muscles stretching here, different muscles holding the stability. Now, if you are in the fold, gently walking yourself out and up. Right. So now you were turning more to look over the right foot. Now very gently turn the torso back towards center and then just a little bit to the left. So now the right side of your torso, we're going to take a sideward bend here. The right side of your torso, as you lean to the right, almost mirrors over your right leg. And then you can start to bend laterally here. You might like to keep your forearm on the leg. If it's comfortable, as you side bend, the right hand, right forearm can come to the floor. Nice. Left hand on your left thigh. You can gently ground that left thigh like we did a mountain breath. Notice when you ground the left thigh and then laterally bend, and you get a new experience into that left hip, left waist, taking care, moving slow in this posture. And if it feels good in the neck, perhaps turning your gaze up. But sometimes that feels crunchy and uncomfortable, so look neutral, or it might feel nice just to look down to the right leg. And now if your head is turned any way beyond neutral, reset neutral. Using your left hand on your left thigh, helping yourself up. Find neutral with your spine seated upright. Scooping up your right leg here. Planting your right foot on the ground, right knee is bent in front of you. Left knee can stay just as it is. You could also slide it over to your right, or if you're done with that leg being bent, kick it out straight. We're setting up for a twist. We'll be twisting to the right. So holding left hand on the right knee, right hand behind you. And gentle turn, belly to the right. And maybe turning the heart and gaze, looking around that right shoulder. Gently unwind from your twist. Releasing both legs out, find staff, and we'll do that on the other side. So from wide-legged position, broadening your feet. And notice here, we don't have to take it super wide, right? We want some space around the joints because we're going to be adding rotation and lateral movement. So keep some ease here as you broaden legs. Bending your right knee as you draw that right heel in. Okay. Now we'll start with the little rotation into the fold. So now you'll be turning the torso a little more to the left, looking towards your left foot. And again, just that action might be the quality you want to experience for a few breaths. You may also like the quality of folding forward. And if you do, you can walk slowly into the fold. And any part of the body might be like, okay, if we want to keep this whole experience groovy, you might need to hold back the reins in some area. Like for me, once again, it's this left thigh, left hip. It's like, you don't have to go too far this morning. This feels good. Couple more breaths here. If you're in the fold, walking the torso back up, you'll notice a turn, rotation back to neutral, shoulders over the hips. Now we add the slight rotation to your right, just a little bit. So now as you laterally bend, side bend, your left side mirrors over the left leg. And the leg can be a prop for that left arm. You can even let the floor be a prop. If the hand and arm is on the floor, again, it changes the lengthening stretch sensation on that left or right side. Right hand can very gently press into the right thigh down to the ground. So feeling the thigh bone grounded. And just that little bit of attention there, again, changes the part of what's happening on the right hip, right waist. And if it's feeling good to turn the neck, either looking up to your right or down to your left. A couple more breaths. Using your right hand to the right thigh just to anchor slightly to help you up and out. Great. Shoulders back over the hips, helping that left leg up, bringing the foot in front of you, knee bent, setting up for the twist. Choosing to keep the right leg just as it is. You can slide it over to the left some more or kick the leg out completely. We'll twist to the left this time. So right hand holds the left leg and your left hand will slip behind you. Maintaining tallness in your spine as you find a comfortable rotation here. Perhaps looking back towards your left.
And now unwinding from your twist. Coming back through neutral, both legs in staff pose. Great. And a forward fold flow here, just hands out and back. It's about 5 times here. Something neutral after those asymmetrical postures. Great. And now back up through seated. Nice. If you're sitting on your blanket, take a moment to slide off of that blanket. And if it's folded up, open it so you can roll it. We'll use this for Shavasana today. Getting ready to set up for Shavasana. Coming onto the back will feel quite lovely after taking a few seated postures. So blanket set up to go right under those knees. Ease your way down onto your back. Adjusting the legs, adjusting the torso, grabbing any extra accoutrements to make your Shavasana just right for now. Finding a comfortable position for your arms, your hands. Noticing here this quality, just coming onto your back after seated. It almost feels like you're doing a back bend, right? After you're taking those folds, just coming to neutral can feel so lovely for the torso. Snuggling shoulder blades underneath you. Inviting the floor to hold you up here. And since the floor is holding you, settle a little bit more. Let the bones be held. All these many parts that are you, the bones, the muscles, let yourself be held. As you consciously release tension and holding in the skeletal and muscular parts of the body, we create more space for the parts of the body that are automatically in service to us. Create more space for the nervous system, the organs to do their work. The nerves, the organs, the cells, all the mysteries beyond our tangible parts. And the wholeness of this experience as you continue to rest here in your home, on your mat. Sharing once more our verse for today, our passage from the Radiance Sutras. What is this power we call life, appearing as the play of flesh and breath? How may I know this mystery and enter it more deeply? My attention is enthralled by a myriad of forms, innumerable individual entities everywhere, flashing into existence and fading away again. Lead me into the wholeness beyond all these parts.
Gently resting, but noticing the breathing body. Notice and feel 3 more breaths before making any little movements. Noticing an inhale as if it's coming from the center of you, like rays of the sun shining out arms, legs to toes, fingers. And as you exhale, maybe give those toes and fingers a little wiggle, ankles, wrists, a little twirl. And then any little shape or movement that might feel really nice here as you flow from a rest through a transition to a seated, preparing for the rest of your day. As you come up through seated, if you'd like, bring both palms together, the right, the left. Vijana Bhairava, a collection of ancient sutras that honor the knowing, Vijnana, the knowing, of all the many parts that make us whole. Bhairava, the feminine, the masculine, the light, the dark, the hot, the cold, the right, the left, the top, the down. All the many parts. But right here in the middle of it all, you are already whole, playing in this grand vastness of your life experience. Gratitude to the play, gratitude to the sacredness, gratitude to the connectivity that we get to share here. From my heart to your heart, from my house to your house, the light in me sees and appreciates the radiant light in all of you. Thank you for joining me this morning. Namaste, friends. Have a beautiful day.